I can't even afford my own clothes. And you think I'm gonna spend it on gacha games? Like I kind of want to see what MTashed was talking about with this game, bro. Seems like he had a lot of people upset.
I'm going to dunk on Crystal of Atlan. It is supposed to be an MMO. It's like a gacha game MMO, kind of like Tower of Fantasy. Not enough MMO, a little too much gacha. Let's have a chat about, is this game any good? No, it is not a good game. If you
Okay, I'm gonna be real. I've only summoned on the first day. I haven't summoned anything since day one, bro. I'm convinced that MTashed is hating on the game because he didn't get sponsored to play it. Or did he not? I mean, he might just actually not like the game. I mean, it is what it is.
If you're looking for a good video game, there are so many other things that you could spend your time on than this one. I would never recommend someone spend their life playing this game. Okay, there are so many good free games you could play over this. There are so many paid games that you could play that are better than this. If I find out that you spent money on this game, I'm gonna snap. When you could have bought Expedition 33, okay? When you could have played Terraria. When you could have played Binding of Isaac, Faster Than Light, all...
Okay, but none of those are... This nigga started naming games that aren't even MMOs, bro. Like, niggas want to play with their friends. He started naming single-player games. Right? Like, that doesn't make sense. I feel like if you're going to make an argument about this, you got to at least be in the same realm of what niggas are looking to play. Like, you can't just say, there are so many games that are better than this. And when you're talking about a gacha game, we're talking about a mobile game, and this nigga starts naming AAA titles. The nigga starts naming AAA titles, bro. Like that's like a nigga playing Candy Crush, and they like, I think I'm gonna buy some revives today. And they're like, no, fucking buy Expedition 33. Like, bro, it's a whole different fucking thing. It's a whole different fucking thing, bro. Like, niggas that play gacha know they could be spending their money in better places. And you can say that about any fucking gacha game, bro. You can say that about any gacha game, right?
All the different games, Slay the Spire, all these things. Please, for the love of God, what is this game? It is an MMO-like experience where you're going to get different gear, and all the stats on the gear don't have any explanation of what they truly do or how much these stats matter. It doesn't explain it or really show it anywhere in the game. And
I haven't seen it.
For the most part, it just is number goes up, you are stronger. Most of the combat in this game is brain dead, easy, and boring. I'm going to show you right now a couple of...
So I will say he's not wrong. Most of it is. Most of it is. He's not wrong. Okay, most of it is like beat 'em up, but that's kind of what drew me to the game, is the fact that it's just like a fucking beat 'em up. It's like those old games like fucking Beautiful Joe or some shit where they just throw a bunch of random ads at you and you're just strong and you just get to do a lot of damage. Like it's just fun. It's just fun, you know? But later on, there are some bosses that got some mechanics. And if you fuck up, you're gonna die. And it's not as brain dead as it is before. But the majority, I will say, pre-level 60 and even some of the farmable content, once you hit level 60, is brain dead. It is.
Of sections where I'm fighting some enemies, and I can essentially just roll my hand on the keyboard and I can win.
What is like the first? This is like the first arena stage.
I think I'm doing good damage overall, but it just feels like I'm spamming.
I will say he's not fully wrong in the fact that it does feel like that sometimes, though. Like a lot of MMOs, you want to do certain skills in a certain order to get certain buffs and shit like that, and I guess it kind of does work like that a little bit here, but it's not as important as it is in a lot of other games.
Oh, she's dead now. Bastard. Die! You can't kill the shadow enemies, don't you know?
That's really goofy, man. That man is goofy, man.
Now, the next big thing is, even though this is an MMO, no, it is not. Because there is an energy system up here, and energy is how you're going to do the main story quests, and a lot of the progression in this game is based on this energy system.
That's facts.
So no, you cannot grind endlessly, you cannot progress, really, unless you want to play on different alts and get more gold.
And I will say, I do agree, low-key, because, like, I wouldn't consider a game not an MMO because it has an energy system. As much as I hate to say it, as much as it pains my heart that MMOs are having these energy systems, it's really only in Gacha MMOs that we're actually seeing it like this. And it does hurt my heart that this type of shit is implemented because of the kind of player that I am. Right? I played this bitch for almost 8 hours today. Genuinely, it's like, I don't know how I played the game for 8 hours today. But if I was able to do the dungeons and shit the way that I wanted to, I would have hella gold already, probably. I'd have hella gold already. And I genuinely feel like if MMOs, and this is why I'm kind of looking forward to Blue Protocol, and I really hope that Chrono Odyssey also takes the right steps to make their dungeons like actually feel immersive and add some depth into the reasons why you're doing them, as opposed to just like, okay, you have to run these. The energy system in MMOs doesn't make a game not an MMO, but it definitely makes it feel like less of an MMO. Right, because in all reality, MMO is just massively multiplayer online game, right? And that's what this is. There's a lot of people. You run around, you can see a lot of people. They literally have server PvP, like server 1 versus server 2. Everybody fights each other. Like it's like the MMO aspects are definitely in this game, but there are certain things, and it's going to be like that in every Gacha MMO that you play, because it's really hard to balance wanting people to spend money to get stronger and actually being able to grind and progress to get stronger. And it seems like a lot of these Gacha MMOs have trouble finding that balance.
It is just like Tower Fantasy. You don't actually get progression. You can explore a little bit, but it's not the same open world vibes where you can go do a bunch of chests. For the most
I think Terrace Land was better than this game. No, I think they're about the same. If I was gonna rate Terrace Land and rate this, I would rate them about the same, to be honest. This game's combat to me is a little bit more fun. You know, Terrace Land was a little bit more refined in terms of actual game mechanics because they had the class system where you had an attacker, a tank, and a healer. They was a little bit more refined. So then, like certain bosses and everything, they were able to make the mechanics kind of revolve around that system. Whereas this game is just kind of raw, like anybody can play with anybody and whatever happens just kind of fucking happens. So they have to make the mechanics in a way where if you're playing by yourself, then you'll still be able to complete the boss. It's a lot different. I would say Terrace Land is more of an MMO than this game for sure. But in terms of like ratings or which game was more fun, they're both pretty similar for different reasons, to be honest.
part, you are gated, and there's not much to do. Now, there is PvP that you can do, and you can do it endlessly, but the rewards run out after about 2 matches, so realistically, there's no reason. But how's the PvP? Well, it's terrible.
This thing was getting his ass whooped. Yo, the PvP in this game is fun, bro. I fuck with the PvP in this game. This nigga's getting shit on in PvP, and he mad as a bitch talking about it's terrible. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. I think I think the PvP is actually kind of cool in this shit. This is actually hilarious, bro. This is actually hilarious.
I've played about 10 matches, and it was very obvious from minute 1, it is not a good experience. If
I think he was getting dookied on. He was getting dookied on, bro. You got shot on 15 matches in a row? I'm weak.
Care about competitive games whatsoever. There's no real hit markers or area of effect markers to show you where an ability might land.
Yes, there is. You can hold it. You can hold it, and it'll show you exactly where the fuck you want to put that bitch.
You have no idea what the opponent is going to do to you.
Well, that's part of the game, bro. Like, I feel like most games are like that, right? I feel like most games of PvP, you don't know what the opponent's about to do to you. You have to adapt. You have to fight somebody. Because I was literally doing it the other day. on stream where I would be like, I recognize this guy, I know how he plays, and then I would beat some of the people that I played before because I would remember, right? But you start learning play styles, you start learning how to play yourself, you find out better ways to counter certain things. You don't waste your like dodge. Like there's so many different things that you can do in this PvP to outplay your opponent. This PvP is 100% skill based. Now there is a little bit of like class. I would say there are some classes that may have an advantage based off of range. There's some classes that may have an advantage based off of certain aspects, but it's genuinely skill based. You can beat just about any class with any other class as long as you know what you're doing and what they're doing. I feel like every game is like that. Whether you're playing a regular side scroller fighter, whether you're playing Super Smash Bros, you don't know what somebody's about to do. They might up air, they might spot dodge, they might back air, they might fucking, you know what I mean? They might hit you with a smash. Like, you don't know. That's the point. That's the fun of it. And you're good because you're unpredictable. That's what makes a player good, is being unpredictable. It's the same thing in RuneScape if we want to go to MMOs. You don't know if a nigga's gonna pull out an AGS, a G-Maul, a DDS, D-Claws. You don't know if a nigga's gonna teleblock you, freeze you. The whole team might log in on you, smoke your shit. You know? Like, you never know, bro. You never know.
There is almost zero show of a move that is coming out, and you essentially just get ghost blasted and sucked up into the air by attacks that you cannot counter. Whoever has the best ping will win this, and there is no skill. There's a little bit of skill with dodging, but essentially, if you get tagged by an ability, you just get sucked up into a vortex, and everyone will combo you, and then you eventually fall to the ground, and you reset, and then they do it again. It is a terrible system. It feels terrible. I would never waste my time playing PvP in a game like this, ever. Now, is the game pay to win? Not necessarily. In PvP, some things are normalized, and some abilities don't have the crazy effects because they would be too OP. However, it is pay to win in the sense of buying progression and buying stats. You can get these artifacts or ornaments or whatever you want to call it, and they are stat boosting. So you can get...
This shit don't even work in PvP, right? I'm tripping. This shit don't matter in PvP, do it? I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Get titles.
You're just like me, for I did the same shit in Tower Fantasy.
You can get these little outfit titles, and this is something that will go above your head. So your name will be like MTashed, the Supreme One, and it just gives you more stats. And again, it's not clear how much these stats are, but it's double what this rarity is. And it also has physical attack, crit rate, it gives you some other things. Attacks have a 30% chance to deal 10% more damage. They also have pets, and the pets are crazy. Dude,
okay, and these don't work in PvP.
Pets are insane.
And we can talk about, like, I hate when people use the term pay to win when they're talking about PvE content. I hate when they use it when there's no PvP in a game. Because who's winning? Like, who's winning? Is somebody progressing faster than you? Yeah. Are they beating you at something? Not really. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Let people progress fast if they want to progress fast.
16% more overall damage. A heal built into this pet. Extra attacks. A juggle that knocks enemies in the air. It's stupid how crazy these pets are. You know, this is something that you could buy. Or you just get super lucky. And it's just, like, insane to me that this stuff is in the game. Because you can just get this and I can't. And then now you can beat a dungeon that I can't. And, like, I don't care if it's just the PvE side of stuff. This is so cringe and not.
He just crashed out. He had a bad day. I think he just had a bad day and felt like crashing out on something. He might have made this video after he tried the PvP and got shit on a couple times. He was like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this. Making sure nobody else plays this game. This nigga's hating the hate right now. I'm not gonna lie. This nigga's hating the hate. He's like, I don't give a shit if it's PvE. Look, I don't want y'all to think I don't like MTashed, man. I fuck with MTashed. I do. I fuck with MTashed, but this shit is fucking hilarious.
Not MMO and instantly dead on arrival game, in my opinion. So at the end of the day, you've got a gearing system that feels arbitrary. It just feels like number go up, equip best level thing, has more stats, and every piece of gear has like 300% more intelligence or magic attack. It's like,
He's not wrong.
Automatically equip every piece of gear that you find. So it just feels stupid. It doesn't feel like any value. And then it's like, oh, well, there's set bonuses on some of these things. Yeah, the set bonus is like
Let's finish the
4
first one
attack
first.
speed. But my title that I've got, this ride or die one, I think it has like 20. So it's got 5 times the amount of attack speed than the set bonus. So it's like, who gives a like who cares? So that's pretty brutal. Now, apparently there's also like PvP gear that's got different stats, and it's something that you need to grind up. But, you know, that's something there, but the whole gearing system feels like trash overall. You can craft gear, which is all cool, but here's the thing.
Right.
As you play the game, as you get further in, you're going to need to start spending more and more and more gold. Well, guess what you can do? You can make an alternate account and farm up gold, because you've got gold that is like shared between your different accounts, and then there's account bound gold that only this warlock can use. But
he's wrong. I can see the green shareable right there. That means you can trade it between accounts. You see, it's green shareable right there. What's he talking about? Chat, what's he talking about? You can send that to any of your alternate accounts if you want to, right? The other one is just tradable. That one you can use for the you can sell it to people for the crystals. That's the only difference.
There's account bound gold that only this warlock can use. But hypothetically, you can do things to get gold for your overall account and share them so you can play alts. Or
a little bit misinformed on that one. We won't beat him up too much on that.
You can top up for $1,300 on the biggest one. I can't remember where I ended up seeing that thing, but you can get.
You have to click on the ticket to take you to another web page, and then if you scroll down, you can buy like 64,000 tickets for a rack, which I also think is crazy. But at the same time, it's like other games have done that at this point, bro. Like I've seen a lot of games do the thing where they take you to the other page and you're able to buy, you know, the $100 pack 10 times for one time, right? It's $1,000. If you know you about to spend that money, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like some people play these games and they don't want to do 10 transactions on their bank account. They want one, bro. So they gonna go buy that $1,000 shit because they know they about to go spend $1,000 on this shit. I get it, bro. You know, I would never do it. I think that shit's fucking insane, but I get it. I get why they added it. Is it a little predatory? For sure it is. But are they the first ones to do that? No, not at all.
Some of the craziest packs. $1,300. Oh no! No! You gotta be kidding me, brother. You gotta be kidding me, brother. You just buy a
No, I did. I said it was crazy.
$1,000 pack.
But they're definitely not the first one to do
A
it.
little quick $1,000 pack. Come on, man. You can buy gold. You can buy bonuses. You can buy pulls. You can buy everything you could ever dream for in this shop. It is a nightmare. It is a pay-to-win nightmare. And maybe it's not pay to win in the sense of like, oh, I'm gonna buy all this and go into PvP and wreck everyone. Oh, I'm going to buy 6 copies of a character and wreck anyone? I do not care. The fact that you can go spend $1,300...
Niggas mad that the game is a gacha game. That's what it's boiling down to. Right? Like, this is just a gacha game. It's just a gacha game. This is what they do. Why is he acting? He's been covering these since Genshin. He knows what these are. You know? Shit, I hate gacha. I'm on my I hate gacha arc. I hate this build of games where you have to wait to progress, but they're fun games. Like they're fun games. I don't know what to tell you, but I hate the structure of gacha games for sure.
Buying gold and resources and just like buying different things here. Here's a good example. So this currency here, this is like the pulls currency or like the premium currency or whatever you want to call it. I can buy pulls and I can get the pets and I can get the titles and I can get the outfits that give me more stats. But the other thing too is I can buy things like these catalysts and it allows me to upgrade my gear beyond the level. So let me show you. I'll give you an example here. So if I go into my gear and I want to like level up this hat, okay, I can go in my crafting here and let me just craft this. Okay, so on any piece of gear, you can enhance it and it's going to cost you gold, right? And it's going to cost you these parts. And the success rate at the start is 100%, but it goes down as you're going, right? And so if you want to get everything to the highest level, you're going to start failing. Actually, I just failed there. 90% chance I just failed. So I wasted that gold and it's going to get more and more expensive and your success rate goes down.
Yo, have y'all played any? I want y'all to think about this, okay? I want y'all to think about this for me, okay? Let's imagine a world. Let's imagine a world where we're playing a gacha game, okay? And you get yourself a brand new piece of gear. Let's say we could call it an echo. We could call it a rune. We could call it an artifact, okay? And you spend your hard-earned gold to level that bitch up. What's the chances that you gonna use that shit? Let's say you take that bitch to 12 and you got some. What's the chances you gonna actually end up using that shit? You're probably not. It's probably gonna be ass. You probably rolled 3 flats on that bitch. So what are you gonna do? You gonna go get another one, and you gonna roll that bitch, and you gonna use all your materials, and guess what? It's gonna be ass again. So what you're gonna go get another one. You're using your money, you're using your shit, and you're failing. You have a chance, whatever this success rate might be, for you to get the shit that you want. It's like this in every fucking game. We could look at RuneScape. Not RuneScape. We could look at Summoner's War. You get a rune. It's exactly like this. The only difference is it doesn't take you backwards. Right? Like you get to plus 12, plus 13, it starts, if you fail, it starts taking your shit down. That's part of the shit I don't like. It's part of the game. It is what it is. I wish you would just fail, and if you failed, you just lose your shit. But it is what it is, right? They set it up this way for a reason. I can't complain about it. I'm enjoying the game. The Summoner's War, if you roll a rune, guess what? Sometimes you fail. The higher the level the rune gets, the higher the chance you fail is. Niggas have spent over 1 million coins trying to level up one fucking rune. Do they give you more? Yeah. But it's one of them things where it's like, this is, regardless of the way that you look at a gacha game, this is in every gacha game. This is in every gacha game. So again, just because they're putting gacha MMO, just because there's the MMO tag on the back of it, doesn't make it any less of a gacha game. They still want your fucking money, and they're gonna do what they can to get that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, and it's up to you as the player to decide whether or not it's worth it for you to continue putting more in, and that's on you as a player to decide that.
So if you start failing on these lower levels, I'm gonna blow through all my gold trying to level up a piece, right? But if you're an endgame player who's spending money, you just don't care. Because not only can you buy catalysts to increase the percentage chance you can get this completed, you can also buy parts to allow you to do it. You can, buy endless amounts of gold to max this out. And so you're just like 20% stronger than everybody else.
And then you go match with them and you clear the content because they cool. Why is yapping on enhancing in an MMO? It's pretty normal. Hey.
And so, does that matter for raids? Probably. Because from what I can tell, the gameplay is very shallow. You either nuke the enemies or they hit really hard. And depending on your gear score, you're just going to get one shot in the endgame stuff if you're...
The game's been out for 3 days. The game's been out for 3 days. I genuinely don't know. Like, bro, hold on. Bro, I want y'all to go make a brand new account on any game. Any game. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a gacha game, if it's an MMO, if it's an RPG, any game, bro. Go make a brand new account on any game and go try some in-game shit and see what happens. Go make a brand new account on any game. Go to the end game right away and see what the fuck happens to you, bro. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna get smoked unless you take the time to level your shit up. This nigga, bro. Again, no hate to. I love MTashed, man. He's a great dude, phenomenal guy. Okay. But let's be real about this, bro. This nigga's complaining about regular game mechanics. These are regular game mechanics. This is just shit that's normal in every game that you play. And he's saying it like it's a bad thing. He's saying it like it's a bad thing. Day 3 in the game, if you go do end game and you're not a whale, you're gonna get smoked. Like, yeah. That's how it's gonna work anywhere.
Here isn't good enough. And it's just like this arbitrary hit that number so you don't get instantly killed or you lose. So it is absolutely pay to win. Doing the end game raids and end game dungeons, all this stuff.
Right now, because you're paying for progression. I wouldn't say it's pay to win. You're paying for progression. You're paying to be strong enough to do that shit. You're paying to progress. Now, if you wait, right? Because that's really, like, realistically, outside of the batteries and shit like that, I haven't paid for the fucking spare parts and like the enhancement materials and shit like that. I haven't paid for all of that shit. I pay for batteries to progress faster. And I can clear most of the shit in the game. Right? All I've bought is batteries. So that means if you wait and you just play the game, eventually you're going to be able to do the same shit I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's just time. We're 3 days in. Of course, if you haven't spent money, your gear is going to be doggy dookie.
It's just not a fulfilling, good system where progression feels like it's in my control, really. It's slightly RNG depending on leveling up your gear and
gotcha. Every gacha game.
Getting these breakpoints on your stats.
Every
and
gacha game.
Because of this, there's going to be raid bosses and missions that you're doing, and it is not going to come down to skill at all. It's just, is my guy strong enough to not die?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Wuthering Waves. If you R5, S6, whatever the fuck the letters and Wuthering Waves are, Genshin Impact, I don't know what other games are there. Zenless Zone Zero. If you level them niggas up, bro, it don't matter no more what you doing. It don't matter what character you're using. It don't matter what team you got. The niggas just gonna smoke the shit. Shit's just gonna die. That's just how gacha works. Now, we're mixing two genres here, right? Because as an MMO player, I understand what MTashed is saying. If this was simply an MMO, I would agree with everything this dude is saying right now, bro. But this is marketed as a gacha. Like, we know this is a gacha game. There's a summoning system. Fucking 10 minutes in, they take you in there and let you see it. You know, you can't complain about this stuff when we're talking about gacha. If we're talking solely MMO, then yes, bro. You don't want progression. To be able to pay for progression and none of this. But we know what this is, bro.
Cool. But also, there's a time limit on every single thing. There's a 4 or 5 minute time limit on every single thing you do. So if you just don't do enough damage, you just can't clear the mission.
They just hating on a game they don't like, man. That's all. I mean, that's really what it is. Hearing this coming from a gacha creator is even more hilarious. Rather I clear within 2 minutes. You ain't even really spin, did you? If you did at all.
So that's trash. If I can dodge, and I can parry, and I can play well, I should be able to grind down a boss, even if it is a painful 1 hour slog. I should be able to do it because I'm not dying to the one shot.
And again, I agree with this take if we're talking MMO, but since we're talking gacha, they want you to spend that money to get that extra damage. If you know, this is what happens to people, right? Because it happens to me sometimes, depending on the game I'm playing. You're fighting a boss. It's like the boss to unlock the next piece of content, right? And you're you're barely losing. Like let's say the boss got 3 or 4 health bars left, and you're like, man, if I buy this plus 10 weapon from the damn thing, I'll be able to do this last little bit of damage. So you're gonna spend $4 to buy that plus 10 weapon. If a bunch of dudes do that, they make some money. Right? That's the reason why there's a time limit on this shit. Actually, a lot of actual MMOs have started putting fucking time limits on their dungeons. I don't know why. I hate it. I hate it. But a lot of them have. They've started doing that. I sent him to go play Final Fantasy 14. I'm weak. MMOs having rage timers? That's facts. What's it called? Throne and Liberty had an rage timer. You took too long to kill them bosses. Boom. Boom. Guess what? The whole team is getting wiped. I mean, it is what it is, bro. And MTashed is in the same boat as me because he's old, right? And us oldies love the ability to just kind of grind whatever the fuck we want forever. It's just ingrained in our brains to, like, if it's taken a while, that's okay, you know. I want it to take a little bit longer. Everybody now just wants instant gratification for things, and that's why all this shit is like that. Same for Lost Ark.
Because I'm good at dodging. Does not matter. Does not matter. It's just a bad design. It is not skill focused.
See, Baldy, the majority think that they want infinite grinding, right? And this is a whole different conversation than what we're having with MTashed right now, and I guess we can get into that a little bit. A lot of people think that they want infinite grinding, okay? Because you have to look at the structure of games with infinite grinding, and a lot of people don't actually want infinite grinding. They want the idea that they can grind forever, but as soon as they start, because I'm going to use RuneScape numbers again because it's the best thing that I know, right? I know RuneScape better than anything. You have this drop, this item that is 1 in 5,000, okay? And you can kill the boss as much as you fucking want to, right? You can kill it as much. There's no pity behind it. It's just straight up grind, right? You can kill that bitch 20,000 times and you are not any closer to getting that 1 out of 5,000 drop. There's no bad luck mitigation unless you're playing RuneScape 3. RuneScape 3 has bad luck mitigation. Old school doesn't. Okay. There's no pity. It's just you kill it until you get it. It could take you 20,000 kills. It could take you 30,000 kills. It could take you 50,000 kills. And no matter how many times you kill it, that rate is still 1 out of 5,000. I love that shit. I eat that shit up. Niggas don't want that these days, bro. People do not want that. People get mad about it. They beg for pity. They don't even ask for the mitigation. They beg for pity, bro. They want, if I kill this shit 5,000 times, I better get that drop. And niggas will make whole fucking threads about it. And that, I think that is part of the argument that people have where they talk about respecting, like, games respecting your time, but that is also what ruins games. That's the reason why MMOs are adding microtransactions. That's the reason why we get pay to progress stuff, is because niggas don't want to put the time in to actually play the games anymore. They want to be able to buy it, or they want something there that makes it easier, right? And it's unfortunate that that's what this, because it's ruining MMOs in general. That's the reason why MMOs are so fucked up now. That's why they don't last as long as the older ones. The old ones are still living the way they're living because of the way that they're structured. These ones come and go because there's nothing to hold you to keep playing them, right? If you play a game and you kill a monster 10,000 times to get a drop and you finally get the drop, you're not going to stop playing the game. Like, you're going to keep playing because I put all this fucking time into this game. I'm going to keep playing it. But if I'm doing something and I just get everything in 2 hours, if I get everything in 4 hours, whatever the fuck, there's nothing holding me to play that game. I'm going to quit. And that's what's been happening. And that's why I come and I go, because I get tired of playing these goofy ass fucking games. I get tired of playing these goofy fucking games. And I'm really hoping that Blue Protocol is not like that when it drops, man. I really do. I really hope that the way that they have their dungeon farming and everything is refined so well that it doesn't fucking matter. And that's part of the reason I want to talk. I really wish I could link with the fucking devs of the game because I want to talk to them. I tried to save Tower Fantasy. Them niggas did not listen to a word I fucking said, bro. They didn't listen to a word. TOF could have been, bro, I'm telling you, TOF really could have still been popping off. I went on a tangent, my fault. There's a reason why more games use this principle. It's because it works. Times have changed. These games take a lot of money for lower effort. That's all these companies are aiming for. Short-term project, not a long-term one. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's what I'm saying is they're structuring these games knowing that people are not going to play them for that long. As opposed to older games that used to be passion projects. People used to make these games because they enjoyed making them. Now they make them, they put in microtransactions, they put in pay to progress, they put in battle passes, they put in all this shit because they know people are going to pay for it, and they know they're going to pay for it day 1, day 2, day 3, and maybe 2 months down the road they might still be playing the game. But what's probably going to happen is there's going to be a copy or like a very similar type of game that's going to come out, and people are just going to switch. Which is what's going to happen with Crystal of Atlan, right? When Chrono Odyssey comes out, people are going to switch. When Blue Protocol comes out, people are going to switch. When NTE comes out, people are going to switch. Azure Promelia, whatever. When all these games drop, people are just going to move. They're just going to move. And they're going to forget this game ever existed. They're just going to forget. So, I mean, let me see what else this guy got to say, man.
It is, yeah, just something I would never want to play or recommend to anyone. Now, you might be wondering, does this game have FOMO? Oh, you better believe it, baby, just like every gacha game ever made.
As long as he knows.
New Voyage Journey, you better do it. 7-day gifts, make sure you log in. There's challenges, but they're only available at certain times, and you have to be there at the certain times to make sure that you're logging in and getting your engagement.
So I will say, out of everything he just said, again, all MMOs have dailies. We can talk about that. MMOs, gacha games, whatever the fuck, they all have dailies, bro. They go collect this every day, resets at 8, whatever. Go run such and such every day. Like, there's every gacha, every MMO, they have dailies. I will agree.
The New Voyage Journey, you better do it. 7-day gifts, make sure you log in. There's challenges.
This I disagree with. I really don't like when games set shit up at specific times. I know that it makes it, especially on games like this that aren't as big, right? Because we already have bots for certain content. Games like this that aren't that big, it makes sense, I guess, to do this because then people will actually be there playing the game. But just in general, I don't like this because it kind of stops you from wanting to actually do some of this content, right? Like if I know I'm not going to be able to make it, then I'm just like, why? I can't be a part of this. Maybe I got work, you know, and I gotta sleep. They be putting this shit at the most random times, and it's UTC -4. Like I think this is like fucking 2 a.m. for me. I might be at work. I can't make it. So I do disagree. I agree with MTashed on this. This is stupid. This timing shit is stupid.
But they're only available at certain times. And you have to be there at the certain times to make sure that you're logging in and getting your engagement. All right, you gotta
just
get
leave the shit open.
Engagement going. Gamers, it has every single possible FOMO thing you can think of, and if you want to play optimal, you'd better be logging in. And you better be doing your dailies and doing these events that are phoned in terrible events. The one was essentially Fall Guys.
Yes, sir.
That was laggy and terrible.
The
other one was what do you want to call it? Like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like, trivia thing with lore from the game that no one could answer because no one has played the game enough or listened to the story enough to know the answers.
He's not wrong.
So it's like, it's just everyone is just running to question A or B. It's like a competition, and it's just terrible. It's one of the worst mini games I've ever seen in my life.
It's funny as shit, though.
So you might be asking yourself, MTashed, are you going to be quitting this game? And the answer is, I wish I never started. It is one of the worst games I have played in a long time. I don't know how trash like this gets out, gets funded, and people get excited about it.
Now I will say, I had no idea this game was even coming out until it was already out. This nigga Baldy messaged me talking about, are you playing this game? I was like, nah. I had no idea. I wasn't gonna play this game at all. I had no idea this game even existed. But I'm glad. I'm on the opposite side of MTashed. I'm glad that this game came because it gave me something to do. Because I've been trying to find something that I actually enjoyed to stream for so long, bro. Like for so long, I've been wanting to stream consistently, but I haven't found something that's I've actually had fun playing in so long, bro. And I'm genuinely enjoying playing this game. I'm genuinely enjoying this game, bro. To the point where I'm streaming twice a day. I'm going live. I've been live for 8 hours today. And I the two streams are long. There'd be like 3-4 hour streams a piece. You know, I went from not streaming at all to streaming twice a day. Like it's crazy when the game makes me do that. Y'all know that. So, and it gives me something to do. And it honestly, it is the perfect game for me as a content creator to move from this to Blue Protocol when it drops. It's another Gacha MMO, right? It's not Gacha, but you guys know what I mean. Like it's an anime MMO. It's gonna be a pretty solid transition. Like a lot of people have come back to the streams that I haven't seen in a while, right? Shouts out to y'all. We have a lot of lurkers. You know, I don't know if some of the lurkers have been in there. I love my lurkers. Y'all know that. You know, shouts out to y'all. And we're averaging like around 35 to 60 people again. And this is like the beginning. I've only started streaming again for a week. It's solid, bro. And it's made me want to continue making more content. It's made me want to go live. I've just been having fun playing the game. And it's like I said, it's gonna be cool, something to do until Blue Protocol, Chrono Odyssey, some of these other MMOs come out that I know I'm gonna really be putting that time into. And really be putting some effort behind.
I'm sure people are trying it out of curiosity, but if the majority of people don't quit this game within the first day or two of playing, I will be shocked. It will be such a phoned-in piece of trash game. I cannot imagine anyone plays this and goes, I want to commit 10 years to this MMO. I want to be the top.
Okay, 10 years is... It's a gacha game. Nobody ever starts a gacha game thinking they're gonna play it for 10 years, bro. Can we talk about it? Nobody ever boots up a gacha game and thinks that's gonna be their main game forever. Am I tripping, bro? When I first started playing RuneScape, I quit. I didn't know I would be addicted to it from the time I'm fucking 9 years old to the time I'm 20. I didn't even know how to get off Tutorial Island the first time I played RuneScape. Bro said girls frontline. I'm weak. Summoner's War was my first gacha. And I did play it for a long time. I played it for a few years. And I went back to it here and there. But if we're talking gacha, nobody really starts up a gacha game. And when they start, you don't say, I'm going to play this game for 10 years. Like, they're just not meant to be played for that long, realistically. They're like, gacha games are meant for you to log into, have a good time, and then log out. Now, they're not, we put way too much time into gacha games for what they're supposed to be. So, I mean, to his point, he's not wrong, right? Nobody's looking at this game like, I'm going to be playing this for 10 years, especially with the lineup of games that are coming out in the next 2 years, right? We got Chrono Odyssey, which is gonna blow this game out the water if it's actual MMO players. The gacha players might stick to COA. MMO people that are looking for MMOs are moving to Chrono Odyssey. Blue Protocol will likely also make a lot of people that are playing this, even for gacha reasons, move over to Blue Protocol and bring over some real MMOers. We got GTA coming out. Everybody's playing GTA. Yeah, I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody's playing GTA. There's so much coming out in the next couple of years that nobody's looking at any game that's coming out right now as the shit that they're gonna be playing for the rest of their life.
Top raider. I want to be the top PvP player. There's just no way. Unless they are trying to meme or stream it and just, make it a joke, maybe. But for the average person,
This nigga said this is a joke.
I cannot see anyone playing this for more than a few hours. That's pretty much it, though. Honestly, have I got to the end game? No. But here's the big kicker.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you some of the missions really quickly and a bit of a rant about the energy system. But I can't get to the end game unless I commit weeks of time to this game because every mission is energy gated. So I can't just play and grind and check out the end game for you and be like, oh, it's amazing.
Bro, it's a gacha game. Weeks? Even it will take a couple days, right? What game are you gonna play? I'm playing all of them. Every game ever that ever has existed, I'm playing every last one. 3 days to get the end game, by the way. Weeks, he said. So I'll say this. So to get to the end game, to get to unlocking all of the final missions and all the stories and all of that, 4 days. 3-4 days. 3-4 days. Now to actually be able to do some of those missions as a free-to-play player, I'll give it to him. It might take a little while to actually be able to do some of that stuff. Especially if you're trying to do it solo or with your friends who are also free to play. Some of that stuff will be tough. That nest mission in the void, you're not doing that with a team of free to play players right now. Not yet. But again, the game's been out for 4 days. So as an MMO, it's gonna take a little time. You gonna grind it. Now, do they time gate this shit? Yeah, that fucking sucks, right? Like because of the energy, it sucks. But if it wasn't there, what would happen instead, right? Let's say they took the energy system out of this game, Crystal of Atlan, right? They took it out. What would end up happening instead is they would have to significantly change the drop rates to make a lot of shit a lot more rare than it actually is, to the point where if you are a free-to-play player, what's going to end up happening is niggas are not going to want to play with you anyway because they're going to want to try to be clearing shit fast as fuck to get the rewards as fast as possible. I would be finding me a team that I know could clear shit in 30 seconds as opposed to a nigga that's going to take 5 minutes to clear. So here we go. We got a free-to-play dude that's taking 5 minutes per dungeon versus somebody that spent some money that's taking 30 seconds per dungeon. Either way, I'm progressing faster than you because I'm going to be getting more drops. I'm going to have more chances to get the loot. Unless you're just lucky as shit and you get everything, within your first few runs. It's still going to take you weeks. It's still going to take you a long ass time to get what you're looking for because you still got to run this shit one at a time. They're going to make you farm for class like it's Warframe. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to take long as hell. And guess what? The people that are spending money to do it are still going to spend their money to do it. Now, if we take the money aspect out of it and make it a real MMO, it's no longer a gacha, it would just be a good game. I'm not going to lie. We take the gacha out. We up the drop rates. We take the batteries out. It's just a good game. We could add the pets as maybe difficult achievements. Like maybe, you killed the void nest boss and nobody on your team died, or make it difficult. Like that's pretty simple, but you know what I mean? Like make it a difficult challenge to unlock some of the better pets as opposed to having to buy them. I can get behind this shit, man. Now, the issue with that is Crystal of Atlan wants to make money. They want you to pay for shit. So they're not going to do that. They want you to pay for shit, so they're not going to do that. So again, that comes down to the player having to decide if it's worth it or not for them to put money in to some of this shit for what they want to do. And if you do not want to put money into it, it is what it is. If that makes you not enjoy the game, then just don't play it. It's a free game. You don't lose nothing but a little bit of time if you don't like it. It's a free game. It always blows my mind that niggas can get so angry at free games. I don't understand how these games even make it in the market. Nigga, it's free. It's free. I never understand, bro.
Because this is what spending your energy looks like. I want you to watch how short some of these missions are and tell me if you think that this is a good game. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Monopoly Go, yes, sir.
And like that mission where I fought 20 enemies was 5 of my daily energy.
Okay, but you're never gonna do that mission again. It's just a calm story. Now, do I kind of agree? Did the main story need to use your energy? Probably not. Probably not, right? They definitely could have had you do this without it using up your energy. I can agree with them on that. But at the same time, once again, a lot of these gacha games do this. The very first missions in a lot of, especially in the turn-based ones, bro. A lot of the first missions may take 3 of your energy, 4 of your energy to run some of them missions at the beginning, and they don't take long because they're tutorial missions. They're showing you how to play the game. This is one of the missions right before you got to fight the shadow creatures. Did he do any elite stuff? No, he quit day 1. I'd be surprised if he even got to the first time gate.
That was another mission. That was another. I'm now at half of my daily energy. I fought 3 enemies.
I can agree with you on that, Mars. A lot of those games that do that do give you some energy. A lot of them stopped giving you full energy on level ups. A lot of games stopped giving you full energy on level ups. There's only like certain ones that still do full. Full is so rare. Full is so rare. Some of them will give you like a little bit. They'll give you like 10 back, 15 back. Some of them are generous. They give you like half back. It's so rare that they give you full still. But I fuck with the games that do. Shouts out to the games that do. And also shouts out to the game that when you use your refreshes, they give you full energy. Shouts out to those games too. Cause a lot of games these days don't give you full energies off a refresh either, bro. So shout out to them too.
One room of enemies. Another bit of energy gone. Okay. Perfect.
I will say again, these are story missions. Could they have maybe not take any energy for this? Yeah, but you're getting XP. And I mean, how many enemies do you want to fight? He already complained about it being like a beat 'em up game, brain dead combat, right? These are missions that you never have to do again unless you're making alts. Even shit, you don't got to do them again if you spend the money to level your alt up, right? But you don't have to do those missions again. It's a one-time mission. You level your shit up. It's just like story mode in any other gacha game. You do the story, you use your 3 or 4 energy on that story mission, and you're done. You don't touch it again. And then when you log in tomorrow and they fill your energy up all the way, you can go have fun doing whatever you want to do with your energy. That's what in-game is in gacha, right? You use your energy doing dumb shit. Just doing dumb shit until you get the gear that you can do the shit you really want to do. Right? That's what gacha is. You start at level 1 in the artifact dungeon, getting fucking blues and greens. That's a waste of energy then, right? Then you start getting, blues and purples, and then you just get purples, and then you get purples and golds, and then you just get gold. Like all that energy leading up to that, bro, is just like low key, you're just bullshitting. You're just bullshitting. If we're talking MMOs, you fight a boss, the boss should just have a drop. You don't level up the boss. You fight a boss and it drops some cool shit and you pick it up and you can use it. I don't know, man.
If I don't get a 5-star pet from this pull, from these pulls, if I don't get a 5-star, I fucking got it.
All right. They didn't want him as a partner. I feel like MTashed can't win. If he praises the game, people say he's paid. If he trash the game, they sound like someone who was paid to trash the game. Why does he sound like he's paid to trash talk it? These devs are getting seriously innovative. They just made the first microtransaction. I am fucking weak, man. Bro, no one is in the end game. This was released 2 days ago. And that's the thing. Okay. I'm saying the game came out 3 or 4 days ago. This nigga dropped it like on the day the game came out, talking about he's not an end game. Bro. Talking about you get one hit at end game. The game had just come out when he dropped this video. It was the first day. That's actually crazy. So apparently people were mad at him for this. And he dropped another one. Crystal of Atlan is even worse. He dropped this 2 days later.
I have burnt my forehead watching my son's track meet today, but it was nowhere near the burns that were going out in my comment section about my video on Crystal of Atlan. But was I wrong, or is Crystal of Atlan a piece of trash? Believe it or not, Crystal of Atlan is actually worse than expected. They've made some decisions to absolutely...
The fingers are killing me, y'all. This shit... This shit... That's just killing me right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Huck the global audience, and I want to talk about it today. Really quickly, I want to address one of my critiques from the first video. I made a comment about stats just feeling like they didn't matter or didn't know what they do, but I didn't really explain that correctly. What I meant was, gear doesn't feel like it has any real value. Now, later on in the game, some of the items that you can get do have set bonuses that are more interesting and can actually impact the class you're playing, giving particular skills more value. But that doesn't change my actual sentiment, because I want to show you something really quickly. Now, I understand people roasting me in the first video because I said, I don't know what these stats do, but obviously, the more of a stat you get, the more value you're going to get. If you get more strength, it's going to give you physical
That's called
attack,
gear progression.
yada, yada, yada. I understand that. But the thing is it doesn't feel meaningful. It doesn't feel good. In a lot of cases, all of this gear is stats go up, hit more damage, and there's such massive multipliers in this game. Your physical attack giving you a 579 multiplier based on your skill multipliers that are 600%. You just get this crazy stat bloat where everything is giving you 200, 300, 400 more stats.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think that's what's so fun about this fucking game. Is like, it just doesn't feel like there's a limit to how fucking hard I can hit, man. It's just, the stat go up, the number go up. I love that shit, bro. And I think for the way this game is structured, I think that this is a perfect gear progression system, because this is a beat 'em up. This game is a beat 'em up. Outside of the few bosses that have like real mechanics, the ads, the amount of fucking enemies that they throw at you, like, this is beautiful for this kind of game. This is phenomenal. We just fucking toss out just numbers. I love seeing it. I don't need to see no animations. I just want to see the numbers. What are we talking about, bro? Beat up the brokies and poor? And
I want to show you that really quickly. In a game like this, all the gear is just green arrow go up and get 50% more strength than you used to have, or 50% more physical defense. And I understand in the early game, as you're getting gear that's 5 and 10 levels higher, there's going to be bigger and bigger jumps. I get that. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't feel good. It feels soulless. And
that shit feel good to me, bro. I can understand what he's saying a little bit. And I think, let me try to, like, because he's using words like soulless, when I think he could word it a little bit better. I'm gonna tell you what I think MTashed means here when he says this, because I think he's sticking to this is an MMO, so why is it like this kind of thing, right? When you get like a new gear drop, so you know, let's start with the way progression works in MMOs, right? You start off, you log into the game for the first time, you get you some iron armor, right? You cooling. You're able to beat some shit. You reach somewhere and it's like the iron armor just not working no more. So what do I do now, right? And you go out and you find a boss that you can fight, and this boss may drop like steel or mithril, right? And you got to fight that boss. And let's say the mithril pieces are like 1 out of 30 or some shit. You just got to keep killing this shit till you get it. And you finally get you a mithril plate body. And you pick that bitch up and you put that bitch on and you're like, oh, my defensive stats are nasty now. And you put the mithril plate legs on and you're like, oh, that shit not gonna touch me. And then you pull up to the new boss and it's like, it's hitting zeros and it's not able to touch you now. That shit feels good. But in this game, you put some shit on and nothing really changes. You still clicking the same skills. You're still doing the same shit. You don't really notice that you're not taking as much damage, like unless it's significant. You don't really notice too much of a change, right? I feel like that's what he means when he's talking about this. The issue is, once again, the way that this game is structured isn't really structured in a way where you really give a shit about like how much damage you're taking. I'm not gonna lie, like I've died so many times. I haven't really paid attention to a single boss mechanic outside of the ones they force me to do. Right, when they when they put the health bar on the boss, and they're like, you have to, destroy the crystals around the boss to make him invulnerable or whatever. Like that's the only time that I pay attention to the mechanic in this game. Okay, so the way this game is structured, I have to disagree. I think the gear progression in this game is perfect for the way that this game is structured. Now, if this is not the type of game that you enjoy, then I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I can get how it didn't feel good when he played for 2 days. This nigga's still showing us level 25 gear, bro. I think you get gear like this within the first 15 minutes of playtime. I'm not gonna lie. It would take about 15 minutes to get to this point.
And it just feels like get a new piece of gear, auto equip it, and I don't care. And that might change. For sure. But am I willing to spend multiple days grinding daily energy to get there when I know what this game is going to be? I'm not so sure about that. Now, I understand
Can we talk about what this game is going to be, though? Like, what is this game going to be?
I may have hurt people's feelings dunking on this game in the first couple of days of launch. But if you have a plate full of dog poop, you don't need that many bites to realize what it is. You're going to figure it out real quick. I can understand some people really enjoy the gameplay of the game, and when I swapped over to my Berserker, I actually found it more enjoyable than the Warlock. It felt more engaging, and I did have a little bit more fun for 20 minutes, before I ran out of energy or anything to do. Now, one of the
Now, I will say, there's plenty of shit to do. Maybe not in them first couple days, but day 4, day 5, you gonna have shit to do.
Popular arguments about the energy system is you don't want people getting too far ahead. But in a PvE game, it doesn't matter that much, because PvP is normalized. So who cares what level I am? Who cares how far I am into the game?
Facts.
While hypothetically I could have a few more skills unlocked for PvP that another player may not, for the most part, everyone's gonna catch up relatively quickly. But not being able to play a game that you enjoy feels terrible. And
it does. I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with this game so much, but I be so, like, I'm sure y'all have noticed, when I'm out of energy, and when I'm out of, like, shit, like, my alts are done, I really be sitting here just trying to find anything to do on this fucking game, bro. I really just be sitting here trying to find anything. I'm like, what else can I, I'm like, I haven't done my temporal trials today, I really just be like, can I assist people? I want to help people clear content. Like, I just be trying to find anything to fucking do, bro. I just be trying to find anything to fucking do, bro. PvP is fun. PvP is fun. I did that like the first couple days. I got to gold and then I haven't really been back.
I question anyone's sanity that defends energy systems in almost any game. Why do you want...
I will not defend the energy system ever, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not defending energy systems. Take that shit out the game today. The only thing is in an MMO like this, you really need to look at the drop rates from that point. Because if there's pity in this. There's pity. And I feel like they would have to look at removing pity and like all this other stuff. Make bad luck mitigation instead. There's a lot of directions that they would have to go if they took the energy system out of this. They wouldn't be able to keep the game the same. They'd have to almost revamp the entire thing. I didn't get 2 epics today, but I want more.
Want to be gated from playing something that you're enjoying? Why do you want to stop in the middle of a story when you want to experience more? But it actually gets worse. One of the arguments people are making is, why don't you just play on an alternate character? You can level up something different, you can play through it, but that's the thing. You have to replay through the story that is relatively boring, trying to work your way towards PvP and endgame on a completely different character. But they even nerfed the rewards when they went from the original release to the global release.
I will say I agree with him a little bit on this one in terms of having to run the same story. Like, I feel like it could have been cool if they had different storylines for the different, for the different characters or whatever. Like, that could have been a really cool thing to do. But it's the same exact story. It is a little bit boring. The nerf is ass, but I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal, just because I could understand, like, let's say server 1 had it and server 2 didn't have it. Like, it's the same region. We have to fight server 2, but it's a completely different thing. Like, it's CN, bro. Like, them having it and us having it doesn't affect our gameplay at all. We just have a little bit less summons. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. Niggas are tripping. Like, it is like, it's ass that we don't have it, but at the same time, it's like, the argument that somebody else has it, so I should have it too. And it never really touches my soul. You know what I mean? Unless it's in the same realm of game, right? It's a whole different thing, bro. If it's affecting your gameplay, then I can get behind it, but it's not really affecting your gameplay.
As you level up your alternates to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you can get yourself some additional rewards and some additional pulls. But they have made this an account-wide bonus instead of being every single character like it was on the initial launch. So all the...
I could see them changing this, though. Like, this is one of those things that people complain about enough that they'll just be like, here you go. Because guess what? You're probably not going to get shit anyway. Like, there's a chance that some people will, but the majority of people ain't getting shit anyway. This is definitely one of those changes where they're like, here you go. Like, shut up. Take it. Here's a code for 10 fucking summons. The only thing I agree with is the energy gated story. Most ARPGs run the same story with a seasonal reset. He's just bitching. He used to like bro OG days. MTashed is cool. I don't want nobody to think that I got a problem with MTashed, man. I fuck with MTashed. Right? It's just funny listening to him make points or like try to grandstand gacha gaming, but like this shit is just normalized. Like, this is what gacha is. Everything that he's saying is just like in every game. He's making this seem like it's the worst game that's ever released, but this is just what happens. Shit comes over from CN or wherever, and it's not the same. They make changes. It's under a different, publishing agency. Like, there's different shit. I don't know about this game specific. I'm just saying in general, but shit changes, right? And like if we're talking about TOF, for example, I'm still to this day, 3 years later, I'm hurt that niggas didn't get Bayuki. I wanted Bayuki and Mark so bad, bro. To this day, I'm hurt. They were like, why couldn't we get them in over on this side, bro? Shit changes. Shit changes, and you just gotta deal with that shit sometimes, man. It is what it is. I just know bro only feel that way because of the space don't really jack with him no more. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say he did it to himself, but he did have like a few crash outs that, yeah, they're very, very interesting crash outs. But I fuck with MTashed, man. And I'm glad that he's still able to be successful even through all the nonsense that happened.
But global players just have much less pull currency if they decided to commit to this game and play long term. And while I can understand people may be having fun in the first early days of this game, I just don't see a future for this game long term. I do not see people sticking around for weeks and months. I do not see guilds staying together and playing this game together into the end game, building communities, because I think the fall off for this game is going to be tremendous.
I got a whole Discord. I probably found, bro. I probably found my guild for the next 3 MMOs off of this game. I think I found my guild for the next 3 MMOs off this game, y'all. There's so much guild content. I've been making friends with the homies that are running like the spirit shit, the spirit frenzies. You know, I need a team for Void Realm if I'm struggling. Sometimes they'll join up. Sometimes they don't be joining, but sometimes they join up. Shit. Last time I looked in the Discord for this guild, they had hella look at this. They got hella people in the Discord. Playing what? This. Crystal Atlan. You know? Like niggas are building communities. niggas got guilds. I'm set up with the #1 guild in 11 games. And I'm gonna move with them to Chrono Odyssey. I'm gonna move with them to Blue Protocol. I'm gonna move with them, bro. We locked. That's my shit.
Tremendous. It doesn't mean that the game isn't fun here and there for a couple of hours, especially near the launch, so I can understand why people are tilted about my opinions of Crystal of Atlan. But I have seen this thing before. I have played games like this before, and they almost always end the exact same way. This feels like a demo. It feels like a half-assed game, in my opinion, and when I compare it to all the other things that you could play in 2025, I just don't understand why people are defending this thing so crazily.
He named the games in the last one, bro. He named like 4 AAA games. He's comparing a Gacha mobile MMO to AAA games. He said, if I find out you spend money on this instead of Expedition 33, instead of Elden Ring Night Rain, you could have bought Elden Ring, but instead you bought the Battle Pass in this game. Niggas tripping, bro. Loki, he's tripping. He's tripping. What's good, Toga P?
I understand you can play this game free to play. I understand that tons of different games have gacha in their games, and they've got shops and microtransactions in their games, but that doesn't mean that it's not predatory. Insanely predatory.
No, it is. Every last one of them. All of them. Gacha, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, Tower of Fantasy. They're all predatory games. Every last one of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Honkai Star Rail. All of them are predatory. They all throw FOMO at you. Every last one of them. And all I asked from Honkai is a skip button. And I don't think that was too much to ask. And they couldn't even give me that. This game, guess what? Not only does it have a skip button, it has an automatic skip button, so you don't even have to push that bitch. You can just go into settings and turn that bitch on. Already a better game, bro. already better than Honkai Star Rail. And I'm not even going to talk about AAA. I don't know why this nigga talked about AAA games. I don't know why he brought up fucking Expedition 33. Like, that's not an actual AAA RPG turn-based fighter game, bro. Like, it's insane to compare any gacha game to AAA titles. At all. At all, bro. I'm A ranking gear, B in pets, D in enhancement, C in circuits, D in insignias. It's playable, it's free, it's just the energy. The energy is annoying. I beat Expedition 33, now what do I do? Right. And that's the other side of this whole thing is like the whole point of playing gacha games, the whole point of playing MMOs in general. Low key, it's gonna sound a little crazy, but it's to waste time, bro. It's when you really just don't got shit else going on. You don't got shit else to play. Like, shit, let me fuck around and see what I can find on my phone. Let me see what games they got in the fucking app store today. Shit, it's been a while since I played Honkai. Let me re-download that shit, see what it's talking about. Let me see what new characters they got on that shit. Shit, I ain't played Wuthering Waves in a minute. Let me see what updates they added to this bitch. Like, that's why these games exist. The AAA titles, you play through them bitches once or twice, right? If it's real good, you might play through that bitch 2-3 times. If they got new game plus, shit, Lord knows I wanted to play Spider-Man a couple times. Spider-Man was fire. And I'd play it again today. But it's not this, you can't compare it to this game. You can't. You just can't do it. You downloaded JJK? You talking about Phantom Parade? And see, that's one of the shittiest gacha games on the market. like one of the, I waited for years. I was excited when they announced that game. The second they dropped the trailer for JJK Phantom Parade, I was sad as fuck when I seen how it was a slideshow. I was so sad when they dropped the gameplay trailer for that game. And I still played it when it came out for a little bit. I still played it. And shit, if they got Sakuna coming out, I might download that bitch again and see what it's talking about.
Even if the game is free to play, even if it's not as bad as other games, selling resources to help you progress and get better gear, or getting the different cosmetics that are essentially best in slot from the gacha system.
Type shit.
The fact that you can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars in this game to get pets and outfits that are the best that you can get for PvE is super cringe to me overall. And I understand that other gacha games do it, but when I start looking at this game that they've marketed as an MMO, and some of the best stuff you can get is from spending a bunch of money versus beating dungeon bosses and raids and the endgame content.
I'm pretty sure, and again, correct me if I'm wrong when I say this, outside of the pets, okay, and I think currently, maybe I gotta go look at the shop. Currently, the SS gear, or the cosmetic, everything else you can grind for, right? All the weapons, all the gear, the level ups, the insignias, you can grind for it. You kind of have to grind for it. Am I wrong when I say that? I don't think I am. You like the gear itself, you have to get yourself. Does having more batteries help you get it faster? Yeah. Does being able to hit the bosses a little harder help you get it faster? Yeah. But you still got to grind for that shit. If you get unlucky, you get unlucky. I got unlucky as fuck today, and then I got lucky at the end. That's shout out to that seal. I feel like MTashed talks about gacha games now because it pays his bills. You can tell he just despises gachas. No, I feel that. But I mean, you got to pay them bills, but you got to eat. Hey, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
I just don't like that. I do not like the fact that someone can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars and get those advantages.
I don't like it either, but here we are.
And it's predatory. And if you don't think it's predatory, let's just look at something really quickly.
I think it's predatory. I think they're all predatory.
People topping up, there's cumulative rewards, and the more money you spend, the different stuff you can get. And if you go all the way down, you can start getting pets that look really strong and other things. But I want you to put this into your brain right now. In their point shop, they have this set here. It's 2 million points, okay? I think someone on Reddit said this is around $30,000 in order to buy an outfit in a video game.
Wow. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. Do not redeem it. Do not redeem. Do not redeem it. This is one of the things I'm always talking about, y'all, right? This is one of the things I'm always talking about. This, again, the game is predatory. I don't want to act like I'm saying the game is not predatory, okay? I don't give a shit how predatory a game is, because they be fucking me up too. I be spending money when I don't plan on spending money on these games. All right, I do. They get me every time. I'm a fucking victim. I am a victim. I'm the prey. Okay, they be fucking my ass up. Okay, I don't give a shit how predatory a game is. You will never catch me spending $30,000 for outfit. You know the niggas that spend $30,000 for outfits? The motherfuckers who can. The motherfuckers who can. You know what this is gonna do to affect my gameplay? Absolutely fucking nothing. If somebody feels like this outfit is worth $30,000 and they spend $30,000 on this outfit, all fucking power to them, bro. But this has nothing to do with me. This shit has nothing to do with me, bro. I've never played League of Legends, bro. That character better come out the screen and suck my dick if it costs $30,000. Man doesn't even stream with a shirt on. Do you think he'll spend 30 grand on a digital outfit? I can't even afford my own clothes. And you think I'm gonna spend it on Gacha games? Come on.
If you think that's not disgusting, I don't know what to tell you. You don't need to buy this. But a company made this knowing that some idiot is going to do it because they know their game is so predatory that you even have the ability to spend $30,000. Do you not understand how crazy that is?
It's a little crazy.
It is the most corrupt thing I've ever seen.
It's a little crazy.
Crystal of Atlan may be fun for you, and I'm happy you are enjoying it. But
Thank
this
you.
is a burning pile of trash, and long term, I think that it is going to die, and it's going to end of service much faster than you could imagine. I do not see...
As long as they don't end of service before Blue Protocol comes out, I'll be okay. I just need Blue Protocol. I need this game to last until Blue Protocol, please, bro. That's all I need. Just at least until Blue Protocol comes out, and then they can do whatever the fuck they want with the game. Or Etheria. I mean, the game Etheria Restart comes out in 5 days. This game will be out in 5 days. Etheria Restart comes out in 5 days, bro. By the way, I am gonna stream Etheria. Maybe just not day of release because I have a wedding to go to that weekend. Unfortunately, I wish I could be here for that. Also, the Switch 2 comes out that weekend, so you know we might get a cool mix. I will screen record my summons though for Etheria. That'll be fun. EOS tomorrow. The way this nigga's talking about the game, it might, bro. MTashed is right, bro. I don't know what I'm thinking. The game's not gonna last a week. Fuck. You think they'll refund? Y'all think they'll refund the $30,000 I spent on the outfit? Y'all think they'll get that back? Or y'all think I'm shit out of luck? What y'all think?
People jumping into this game a month or 2 months from now to continue to do the boring events, the daily content, and continue leveling multiple ults ever.
Now, why are you talking shit about the event, man? Like, the events are a little trash, I'm not gonna lie. But Mine Wars? You can tell MTashed ain't played Mine Wars. Mine Wars was lit. Arena is fun. The Void Nest was crazy. The chess shit is crazy. I like that. All that content is cool, and I can't wait to get to the later parts of it. Star Hunter's lit. And let's not forget about jumping jacks. I don't remember the actual name of it. Somebody help me out. But I say all that to say there's plenty of content that's fun in this game. There is a lot of content that you can tell was kind of thrown in there. Like that quiz one. It was just kind of like, okay, what else can we put in there as a fucking game? Right? Nobody gives a fuck about the lore in this game. There is a lot of good that's mixed in with the bad here. Okay. And you really, like, realistically, if I would have watched this video on day one of release, I probably would have agreed with him. You know what I mean? Level 17 content, right? The early game content for where they stopped you at the beginning, like, there's not really anything to do. I can agree with him on that. There's no real, like, reason to continue playing early on. But when you get to that level 50 to 60 range, there's a lot of shit to do. There's so much to do. Bro literally came from Genshin. Yeah, this game, I'm not gonna lie, this game shits on Genshin. Obviously not lore wise, but just like gameplay in general wise. There's so much more to do in this game in a week than there ever has been in Genshin in the amount of time that it's been out. The Magitech shit is kind of like a bootleg Final Fantasy. I'm weak. Tribe 9 look cool. Yeah, rest in peace, Tribe 9, man. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Tribe 9. That game did do its thing.
I do not see a world where that happens, and if it does, Well, all I have to say is congratulations. Whoever is still playing the game at that moment in time, you played yourself. I might not be your favorite person. I understand I can be a little cringe and maybe even a little grating to some people. But I think that this game is brutal. I think it's bad, and I'm not getting paid to trash on it. And I even got asked to be sponsored by them, and I turned it down because I wasn't interested in supporting this game. I don't have any motives other than I tried it, and I was shocked at how boring and bad it felt. And the different systems that I saw made me rage, essentially. Because it's
this nigga made two hating videos about this shit.
Free-to-play piece of trash. This market that they are trying to dive into, these gacha games, they put out the most bottom-of-the-barrel basic games. The lowest quality I think I have ever seen in any genre of gaming ever. But
hold on, he kind of spitting. He's not lying on this part. Y'all heard what he said? I'm gonna play it back. He's telling the truth. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Gacha games, you can tell these niggas just want, because I think I talked about this like 2 days ago, a day or two ago. They literally know niggas are gonna spend money, and they know they're not gonna play the game more than a couple months until the next gacha game comes out that everybody's gonna be talking about. And then they gonna move on to that one. So they don't put any effort into actually building systems and actually building up the way that a game should actually be played, because they know y'all ain't gonna play it for that long. Crystal Atlan, okay. NTE, okay. Azure Promelia, okay. Blue Protocol, okay. You know, like, niggas just gonna keep moving. Just keep moving the fucking Wuthering Waves. Like, it just changes every couple months. Then you got the few that people stick with, but the majority of people just kind of move around. There are bad games in all spaces. No, I feel that. But I think that it's a lot because of the amount of gacha games that come out, right? Now we can look at regular gaming, RPGs, shooters, shit like that. Is there a lot of slop in those too? Yeah. The ones that get advertised to us, though, most of the time are a little different, right? If we're talking about those type of games, they usually have a start and an end, and they're not really meant to be played for long periods of time. You know, gacha games don't really have an ending. There's no real ending to gachas. MMOs, most of the time, they don't have an ending. These are supposed to be games that you can just play as long as you want. The issue comes to play, and I think this is part of the big thing, is we've tried to look at gacha games like main games, and they shouldn't really be main games most of the time. You know what I'm saying? There's supposed to be games that you log into and you play when you don't got shit going on, and then you log off after maybe an hour and a half max. But we're playing these games for 8 hours, you know, 9 hours, 10 hours, grinding, using stamina, doing exploration, doing all this other stuff. And then we get to the point where there's nothing else to do. And as like top level players, the top level community in most of these games is very, very small, but they're always the loudest ones. And this is in every gaming, in every type of game. Right, MMOs, RPGs, shooters, fighters, gacha games. The high level community is such a small percentage of player base, but because they're usually the ones making videos, they're usually the ones that are talking about the game, they're usually the ones that are doing this, they're the loudest. So it seems like the game is having all these issues, when in reality, there's no fucking issues with the game at all. Most people that are casually playing the game are having a great time. They have plenty of stuff to do still. They still got so much content they haven't even touched because they've only been playing here and there. And that casual base is over 80% of the player base. Easily over 80%. So it comes to a point where it's like the loud minority makes all this noise, makes all these issues, and people that are watching them are like, yeah, that. They haven't even, half the people that be complaining about shit haven't even gone through it themselves. They haven't even gone through it themselves. And you can see that with this, because this nigga hasn't even played the game. This nigga was 30 minutes in when he made his first video on the game. This nigga was 30 minutes into the game when he made his first video. He had no idea what the fuck was going on. He was saying a whole bunch of shit that was just wrong in general, you know? And I mean, until you fully play and you get to level 60, because he said it was gonna take him weeks to get there. It would take him 4 days to get to level 60 and really actually play in game. He was talking about dog poop. You only need a couple bites. Yeah, the couple bites at the beginning are a lot different than the ending, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They must have switched out the dog poop for some Snickers at the end of that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because it changed up real quick. I taste caramel now. I taste some caramel in my shit.
Put out the most bottom of the barrel basic games. The lowest quality I think I have ever seen in any genre of gaming ever.
But yeah, Gacha does have the lowest quality of gaming.
But people...
most of the time. I'm not gonna say every game, because there are some really good gachas, but most of the shit that niggas be playing on gacha, it's just ass.
People just seem to eat it up. They seem to just suck it all down, and they don't care about quality. They will defend these companies to the ends of the earth because, well, it's free and it's fun.
It is free.
For the first couple of days before I run out of energy or anything to do, I just don't get it.
It's a free game, man. Like, again, it's free. Like, you didn't lose anything. I could understand getting this mad. Like, this nigga looks like he's about to kill somebody over this. Look at his face, bro. This is bro's going psycho on this. You know? I feel like you have the right to get this mad when you spend money. But if you didn't spend money and you spent an hour, 2 hours playing a game, and you're like, man, I don't really like this. Like, why are you mad? Like, you lost a couple hours, okay. Why are you really mad, bro? I just don't get it.
I have such a hard time supporting these games and getting excited about them because I log in, I play the first hour or two, and realize it's literally a carbon copy of another trash game that end of serviced 2 years ago.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong,
3
though.
years ago. People are saying this is essentially a reskin of some game called like Dragon Nest or Dragon. I don't know. There's so many of these stupid anime gacha games.
It reminded me more of Soul Worker than anything, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That all have the same bones. It is impossible to count them all. This one just seems like another one that is going to fade away faster than it arrived. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah. Great vid. Let's see how the community took this one. Energy system is annoying. I like the game having to wait to pay to reset. It sucks. It does. That would be lit, brother. Everything was screaming, give us money. Yeah, this is what the majority got. Bro, I've played gacha games before where I signed into that bitch and like I did the first mission, and then right after the first mission, they're like, buy this. Buy this. It's like, damn, can I play the game? But to be real, I don't feel like this game really like threw it at me like that. You know, like they put exclamation points on shit, which I feel like most games do. They put exclamation points on it so you click on it, but they didn't like put it in my fucking face. They didn't throw that shit in my fucking face. That's the whole point. They make these games. That's what I'm saying, bro. If I made a gacha game, I would try to make it good, but I'd make it because I want to make some fucking money. Solo leveling had me fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Solo leveling had me absolutely fucked up. Who put stamina in an MMO? Gacha games do. Are there any gacha MMOs that don't have a stamina system? Can y'all name one? Nino Kuni. Wait. Wasn't Nino Kuni like They were cryptos. They were, that was a crypto game, wasn't it? Wasn't the Zelda Gacha game? I'd rather have stamina in my game than cryptocurrency, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Most MMOs let you do high-end content once a week for rewards in general. Right. All the new ones do. The old, and that's what I'm saying. MTashed has the same like old brain that I have, where like the perfect MMOs are the ones that were made in the early 2000s. Those were the perfect MMOs. The ones that were made in the early 2000s. Right? RuneScape, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, because you're able to run shit over and over and over and over and over with no cap. With no cap. You just do it for fucking ever. Right? And they don't make MMOs like that no more because niggas complained about that. Because in order to have a system like that, you have to lower the drop rates. And niggas said, you're not respecting my time. I have a job now. I have a family. I can't grind for 15 hours a day anymore. So they put caps on everything to make it fair and make it nice for everybody. So that everybody has a chance, because when I get home from work, I can run this dungeon 3 times and have a chance to get something good. As opposed to just like letting niggas go at it. I feel attacked, you should feel attacked. Hey chat, this nigga got a family. You know, had offline level grinding, Night Crows, NFT MMO with crypto tokens. That's insane, bro. They put caps on it because there isn't enough content and they don't want people to burn through the whole main story in an afternoon. Yeah. It's just in general, the whole energy system, the whole capping thing, I don't like it at all. I don't think it should be a part of anything with the MMO tag on it. But sometimes it is. And if you don't like it, it is what it is, bro. Play the game or don't play it. If you like it, keep playing it. If you don't, shut up and don't play it. Again, I'm saying that it's content. At the end of the day, the nigga's making content. The nigga knew it was gonna get views. He knew it was gonna make niggas mad. That's why he made his second video, because he knew niggas were gonna be tight still. He knew niggas were gonna click the video because they got mad at his first one and come to the second one to keep talking shit. Like, at the end of the day, it's just content. I know the nigga don't. I mean, he probably hates the game for real, but there ain't no way that he cares that much about this random ass Gacha MMO. There's just genuinely no way that I believe that MTashed gives that much of a shit about this game.